looking back on. I mean, I haven't done a podcast like a month and a half, so I'm gonna be rusty as fuck. We'll see how this goes. New microphone. I know, fantastic, beautiful. Bro, I just realized a lot of people are gonna like watch this podcast, be like the first podcast they've watched, because like all the new people have like subbed recently from like GeoGuessr and stuff.
Oh yeah, welcome.
Yeah, welcome. I'm Irish, just in case you haven't read my titles. Welcome on. Yeah, bro, the best comments are under like, so Jake, where are you from? I'm like, I wonder could you guess that? You know, and just have Limerick in the back. It's great. You can't even see it in that camera. That was so stupid. Okay.
Bro, people are obsessed with where other people are in Ireland. Like when they find them online, it's like the first question everybody asks is like, "Where are you from?" It's like, "Fuck off."
Yeah, exactly. It's like fucking. If you mock someone's place, like where they live, they go off on one. Like they'll either be like, they'll either be sounding like, you know, oh, this is great crack, you know, or you know, they will go after you, like, you know.
Yeah.
Because
it's pure like monkey brain.
I was mocking the Gaeltacht. I was like, Irish, you stupid Irish twats on TikTok. Get a load of people commenting Irish. I'm like, I told you I can't read this. You're insulting nobody. So stupid. Like, okay, well, you've basically helped me a lot behind the scenes with like fucking videos and stuff recently. Like, a lot of the ideas have come from your brain, you know? I mean, some of them, not all of them. It's kind of you helped my brain understand shit, you know? But yeah, I want
like activating you.
Yeah, exactly. You're like my inner Jesus, if Jesus was a thing. You know? Dodgy. I was wondering like how long have you been doing YouTube and content creation? Say you know so much about it.
I don't know. Like, I've been wanting to do YouTube for like probably 7 years, and I've been doing it. I think 5. What year is it? 2021.
2021, yeah.
2015. Yeah, no, 5 years. I've been actively doing it, like. And I've been watching it and learning about it for like 7, I'd say. So
same as me.
I've
like
around.
Like I've people are like, Jake, your videos really good, but you've like no subs basically. I get that a lot because I've been watching YouTube myself for like 6 or 7 years. So you pick up that shit along the way. Like, you know, you watch Jacksepticeye, you understand like why the viewers respond to him. You know, and like what does he do that's so unique from everyone else? Same with like Joe Rogan with the podcast or True Jordan and stuff, just like different creators. It's like I watch a lot of that shit, so that's like where I got a lot of it from. But your fucking brain for the algorithm and stuff, literally, it's crazy. Like you can literally predict shit happening, but still only 20k subs.
Yeah, well, right now, anyways, I just need to stop being such a baby, and I need to constantly. If I were to just bang out public videos, my life would be so much easier. But I'm a pussy.
Ever thought about doing?
But we're gonna do that. About doing porn?
Yeah.
My willy's way too small for porn. That is not happening anytime soon. There is no way that is happening.
Oh my god, yeah. I want to ask you something actually. Do you ever, I mean, not get recognized, but like, do you ever like get worried when like people that you know watch your videos and they're like, oh shit, he's from this place, bro? Because I've been getting a lot of that recently, like fucking neighbors and stuff watching the videos, like people like locally. It's like, you're from here. I'm like, yeah, shut the fuck up. Like, that's sort of
so. I used to get so paranoid whenever I was like meeting, even just like the cousins in the family, like one extended family, and it's like, have you seen me do that weird shit that I did? And that's always in the back of my head. I'm like, please just don't say it to me if you like. When like I'm meeting them, I'm just like, please don't bring up my videos in any way. Just don't ask what I'm doing with my life. Just ignore me, please. Like,
yeah,
it's so cringe.
I find it really hard to talk about that stuff, like, because it's like it's not a real job, but like the potential for it to be a job is insane. But like people like, especially like in Ireland, the older generation, they understand that. Like, it's like, oh, this guy does videos on the internet. What's he, a porn star? It's like, no, you know, shit like that. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. It's so hard to get across to like parents or uncles and aunties. Like they get that it's content and they get you're making videos, but then when you try to describe the actual videos you're making, that's when they get lost, and it's like, what the fuck is he doing? Like,
yeah, I remember like I was like a year into doing YouTube. I was doing Minecraft back then. It wasn't that. I was like fucking. I just got an Elgato, and my mum's friend came over, and she was like, oh, Jake, you're doing very well for yourself. It's like, love, it's a television. Like, basically in Harvey Norman, anyway. But yeah, it's really hard to like talk about like, you know, YouTube and content creation. Bro, I got a weird comment the other day from some guy on Twitter. He was like, so Jake, do you be doing this now full time? How much money do you be making? I'm like,
that question.
It's like, yeah, I'm planning there and going to college there in October. So yeah, I'm just taking a year break. Like, you know, just complete bullshit. It's like so awkward to talk about.
I hate it. But the thing about talking about it is it's so hard to talk about it. But the second you start talking about it with people around you and people in your life, the easier it is to make content. Or I felt, anyways. Like the more I shell away and I'm like, don't fucking look at me, don't talk to me about my videos, the worse my content is. But the more I'm like, fucking, I don't give a shit. This is what I'm doing. I'm going to Dublin. We're doing this. I feel it's easier for me to express myself on camera, and the content just comes across way better. Like
that's exactly it. Like I remember, well, I mean, this is probably a bad example, but I remember like one of the first times I was recording videos with like, well, you know, with people in the house. I mean, kind of like I didn't know they were in the house, but I was like, oh, so I was like, oh, this is great. But I went into it with like the mentality of like, fuck, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna be a YouTuber. It's like 2016. I was doing FIFA content. It was all wrong, right? And it was basically okay. So my mom was going down to a communion in the local whatever, the church or whatever, and I snuck out of school because school was at the same time. I didn't go into school. Like I was like, okay, I'm going to school now. Did a little fucking Yui, went back in around the back door. She came over for the confirmation or whatever it was, at like 1 o'clock in the day. And she literally it was nearly domestic abuse. Like it was crazy. Bad example, but you know I'm trying to say there. Like fuck, recording on people is really, really difficult for me. I don't know what it is.
Oh, I feel like that's a thing that every YouTuber goes through, especially who was it? I think Will and E. Will and E could not record in his previous home with anybody else home. He just could not do it, and that's one of the reasons why he moved to London.
Did you go talk to Huey or something?
Oh no! Someone just came in the room, just
fucking dickhead. We're recording a podcast, you stupid little cunt. Sorry.
Exactly.
Yeah. I hope they heard that. I really hope so. I have to be so awkward for you later on. Like,
I know. Yeah, recording at home is especially like before you've anything established at all. Like trying to record a video in front of you, like anybody, is just AIDS. It's just so hard, man.
And even more public videos, because you do a lot more videos outside now. Outside, what the fuck is that?
What the fuck is outside?
I'm so petty. I couldn't even try and pull that off, to be fair. But like, you do a lot of like outdoor videos, like IRL videos, public videos, going out to like pennies, beating up old women. I'm joking, but like, you know, just that sort of content. Like,
next week on the JMY channel.
Yeah, it's next week. Me and you were going to fucking Mullen, some place in Mayo. But yeah, what's that like recording outside? Because you made a video recently called "Dealing with My Anxiety." So it was very What was that like trying to? I was going to ask you about how was that video like to make originally? Because like if you're trying to talk about your anxiety or like come out and talk about that sort of shit, like it must be difficult to like release it, and especially then with like your parents seeing it or like your relation seeing it, like that's fucked up.
Bro, that was honestly like probably the most important video I've ever made in my life. Like no joking, it might be the best video I've ever made by a mile. Like it's obviously not like the best video, but the amount of preparation just mental preparation I had to do for that video. Like I tried recording a video like that easily 50 times, where I just sit down and be like, this is me, this is blah blah blah, and I'd always record it, delete it. And one day I just finally felt like I was at the stage where I could make a video like that. And I knew when I made a video like that, I also really wanted to push myself and do something like a public video. So just going around doing the interviews was the way that I found it easiest to do that. So I just recorded the bit in the field and I was like, this is me, this is what I'm doing, I'm putting this out here. And then when I got me and Boogan hadn't met before this either. When we did that video, that was my first time meeting Boogan IRL. I've known him for like 3 years. So that was even like, oh fuck, like what if this dude's a fucking rapist or something, like
we Boogan from Valorant is a rapist.
Yeah, literally, like I didn't fucking know, like I could have been meeting anybody. And then we got there and I just I did bottle a lot of stuff, but I did it. And I got something out of it anyways, and that was like the icebreaker. And then when I did the next public video, the one that just went up, it was so much easier. It was like not even a thing, which is insane.
Yeah.
Because like 2 years ago, I couldn't talk to people straight up. Like I literally could not talk to other people like a normal human being. And from going to that, hitting that first stepping stone of doing that public video and just being able to be out there and do that, and now to where I'm comfortable talking to anybody is insane. Like.
Yeah, I saw that in your recent video. Like you're just talking to that old fella on the bench. It was like I'm trying to think, like, could I do that, like, mentally? Like, first of all, to talk to an old person like that, it takes like a little bit of balls, because he could fucking just stand up and shoot you, like, you know what I'm saying? So, especially up in Dublin, I think, where you recorded, like, so. But was it like meeting Boogan for the first time? So when you met online and kind of like IRL sort of shit.
Oh, it was so weird. Like, it wasn't awkward as the thing, but like the whole because when we met, we planned to go at like 7 in the morning or some shit, and then he missed the train, so we had to wait till like 11 or something, and like the family were like, "Who is this guy meeting? Like who is he going to meet here? Like he can't even make the train." And then I got in the train, I got in the wrong carriage, so we had to wait like half an hour, and then he finally got in my carriage, and I don't know, it was just like.
And you went to
well,
Hogwarts.
I was like, "How are you, Boogan? How are you getting on?" And that was kind of it. Like,
how are you, Bogan? Bro, actually reminds me of an interaction I had with my mum when I started talking to Genesis. I was like, I'm doing this thing. It's an esports org, and it's called Saints org. And I showed my mum the iPad. Oh, that's Saints org, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, so who's the other fella who owns this thing then? Who's that guy? And like, that's Genesis. And I showed a picture. You better not meet up with him in real life, right? There will be, war. I'm like, oh shit. It's only Jen. Like, it's my Jenny Bear, like, so it's weird how you get like first impressions of like people you've known for fucking ages, pretty much. And then you talk to like your parents, like, oh, who's that guy? Who's that person?
Genesis is a very intimidating looking person. I couldn't even show my family a picture of Boogan. It was just like, who are you going to meet, Simon? It was like, oh, some fella I fucking met off the internet, like.
Just show his Twitter profile. That's him.
Literally, like.
Going back to that video, the anxiety one. What did you feel like you took out with that? Like, you said that you were able to like make more videos, obviously, but like, did the comments in that video kind of like help you? Did the interaction, or like, do you think the main reason you're able to do more public videos is because of the interaction or the feedback you got from the first one, kind of thing?
A little bit. Support is always good. It's always good. Like, the comments definitely helped me a little bit, but the main thing that helped me make another video is I just realized nobody gives a flying fuck. Nobody cares what you're doing. Like,
that's
like I was there, and in the back of my head I was like, oh my god, like everybody's looking at me. Like, they're all going to be thinking, what he's going to do? Like, what if this isn't right? But, like, nobody gives a flying fuck about what I was doing there. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I'm the least intimidating person ever. Like, nobody's going to do anything.
What was Boogan like? Because, I don't know, he's not really, like, into content creators or whatever, but he was just, like, a cameraman. He's like, oh, yeah, I'm just working for the RT. Like, that would actually been funny if he went up with, like, an RT hat on just to, like, hide it. But, yeah, like, because there's a part in the video, the recent one, the Irish protest one, where Boogan kind of like there's this guy in the back behind you when you're marching, and he looks at the camera, he looks at Boogan. I was like, oh shit, what's Boogan doing? Like, what's Boogan thinking in that situation? Like,
Boogan is so chilled out, it's insane. Like, I don't like. He could not give a flying fuck when anybody else thinks of him. He is just no fear in that regard whatsoever. He's just, I'll do this and I'm going to do it type thing.
Yeah,
it's mad to me. Like, it's like magic. That's like watching it in person.
That's actually crazy. Like, that is an attribute. I feel like just be able to like talk to like, do you ever like imagine being able to talk to whoever the fuck you want, like shit. Okay. Imagine to Addison Rae, you have a fine pair of tits, love. You look like a little mermaid,
Yeah, Boogan's a fucking legend for that shit. Like,
yeah. Mental health's been a big part of like YouTube. I think for both of us, like the last like couple of months for me have been fucking wank.
Oh yeah.
But like towards the end of June, man, oh my god, my life's never been so good. Like, and I don't know, it's just like a random flick in the brain that kind of just changes everything. Like, it's mental. Like, I don't understand it fully, but all I know is I was literally like fucking just I didn't want to wake up every day, right? And then the next day I'm like, fuck, 5k subs, and it did just spurred me on to just fucking do whatever the fuck I want and just make different content. Yeah, like, and a big part of that was you and a couple of people I was talking to at the time. Like, don't fucking start crying. Okay,
I'm not crying.
You look like no, don't. You look like you're gonna cry. Don't cry. I'm not
gonna cry.
But yeah, the whole mental health aspect of like doing content creation is something nobody fucking talks about. I feel like what's happened like for you since you left school?
Not good. It was very, very bad. At some points, it was like really, really bad. Like, I'm talking really, really bad. There was points in my life where I almost gave up, but I didn't. I persevered. And now, obviously, I'm hoping I'm out the other end of that now, where I am now. And the last few months have been great. And I'm fucking flying, and I'm happy, and whatever, like. But yeah, like, nobody, like, it's definitely not talked about enough. And I feel like a lot of creators deal with some serious mental health issues, because I don't think humans are supposed to. First off, I don't think we're supposed to have as much attention as social media like influencers have. Like, do you know what I mean?
Our brains are used to it, like straight up. Like evolution hasn't got that far yet. Like I'm sure in 100 years
Yeah.
time, when you get a TikTok, like your heart won't go 100 like miles an hour. But like just
Yeah.
like as an example, like if you go onto TikTok and you have like 30 notifications or whatever the fuck, right? Or YouTube, Twitter, whatever. It's like that's like an adrenaline boost. Like that's like being a fucking adrenaline junkie. Like it's crazy.
Oh, it's ridiculous. That like became like a drug to me at one point. I'm not even joking. It was like every time I was uploading a video, I was like, what's it doing? And if I had like even like a small amount of views more than the last one, I was like, fucking inject it, fucking give it to me. Like
that's good in the thumbnail.
Like when the Alexa video blew up, it was like I was like, whoa, what is this? Like the feeling was like actually like euphoric. Like I was like, what the fuck is this thing? And then I was like, okay, I need more of this. And yeah, that's
with,
that. Like,
with that Alexa video, because obviously we did the podcast, I think fucking 5-6 months ago nearly. Like, what have you had like more time to think about like what you could have done differently? Because I know I asked you that in the last podcast. Have you like have you thought about it recently, like what you could have done differently, where you could have brought that content? Because I feel like in 5 months you could have reflected a lot more on that.
Oh yeah, I'm raging with myself. I should have just, now that I think about it, like, I should have just made like 5 of them.
Yeah.
I should have just done one after another, after another, after another. But I was so stubborn in my own brain in that period of life, and I was just like, no, I don't want to do that. I want to do my own thing, blah, 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 for whatever reason. And now that I'm looking back at that, I'm like, Simon, you're a fucking idiot. You're an idiot for doing that, like, because like I had my meta there, like my YouTube meta was there. Like I just had to post like one of them like every week, every 2 weeks, and just some filler stupid Irish content. I could have been like Irish mammies when they don't get you a chicken fillet roll or something. Do you know what I mean?
So basically,
and then,
Jaffa
like,
man, that little fucking
stupid
little prick, little cunt.
There you go. Like
I'm not even joking. I can't stand that little fucker, man. There's just something wrong with him. Like I just can't. Like no, but like it's something Gareth said to me the other day. Like the Gareth show, he said to me, Jake, you're one of the only Irish content creators doing it right. That's a fair assessment, because like you see these fucking stupid cunts €5 for chicken roll. Like it could be funny, but like it's like TikTok. There's some certain videos that even I do on TikTok. I'm like, okay, that's gonna appeal to a certain generation or a certain amount of people, and it's like, if you want to do content fully and you want to actually have longevity, you have to appeal to everybody and not just one fucking 13-year-olds. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole Jaffa man stuff, bro. I couldn't like. Because I'm sure that now he's like probably like 17 or whatever. Like I'm sure he's looking back like, what the fuck was I doing there? Like because I'm pretty sure if he uploaded a video now, like he probably wouldn't get anything compared to what he used to, like with the whole chicken fillet roll. Just that sort of shit. Like it's crazy.
The Irish chicken fillet roll comedy it's so weird. Like it's such a like that's something like that would only happen in Ireland. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like no, you're not getting that like brand of content somewhere else. Like where something like that works. It like. That type of humor, like the Irish mammy humor, has been around for like 15 years, and people are still like making careers out of making that shit. Like,
actually, that's
so weird.
That's so interesting you brought it up. I feel like, incorporating Irish humor, majority of stuff that I say is just me being myself, being a random cunt. But at the same time, you take a lot of stuff from like Father Ted or Mrs. Brown's Boys. For me, is the main one. Like I'm just like, sure, you dirty devil, you dirty thing. Like it's like, and people just find that funny because even if it's like been done 100,000 times, it's like, oh, I remember that from my childhood. Remember watching Mrs. Brown's Boys? That's quite. It gets your heartstrings going. Something I've noticed recently is trying to actually not engage with like certain communities, but like fucking, doing certain things to piss off a certain crowd and then getting the reaction from both sides. I don't know. It sounds like such a cunt thing to say, but I did something on TikTok and I was like, I purposely knew what I was saying. I was like, obviously, it's going to piss off so many people. And I was like, okay, this is going to do really well. I think it was the most recent one I uploaded, and it was like something about the Gael talk. Oh, you Irish fucking twats or something like that. You couldn't even put the fucking translation on the fucking signs, you fucking Irish twats. So many people were fucking raging over that, like, they were so mad. Like I was like, oh shit. It got to the stage where they were all just commenting in Irish. I'm like, oh no, like I have to go and translate. Fuck off, I can't be Irish. You're talking to no one. Like fuck that shit. Biggest thing as well is not reading. I've started reading less and less comments, just YouTube ones. I've been reading YouTube comments, but like Twitter and TikTok, you can just fuck off with it. Like not arsed.
Bro, I uploaded a TikTok of a trailer Right, we did turf, and I uploaded this TikTok for fucking trailer,
I seen
and I
that.
somehow got on. I got an Irish bog TikTok, and the like only comments on the video was rinsing the shit out of the trailer, and I felt so bad. I felt so bad because my father built the trailer, and I was like, please don't fucking look at the comments.
I seen one comment where it's like, would you not help out with the fucking fella? Would you not, like, what are you doing standing there making a TikTok? Would you not go and help him?
Yeah, it's like I took like, I won't mind, right? I took like maybe fucking 2 minutes out of the whole day to record a TikTok, and I was banging turf out of it. Other than that,
People are so stupid, bro. Like, it's fucking crazy. Like, can you obviously not tell them saying certain shit because I know it's gonna piss you off, or like, it's like I say it all the time, if you get offended, I've done my job right. Like, because I just want to be annoying little cunt on the internet and just piss everybody off because it gets a reaction. It's like, it's how you get relevant. I mean, that's my way of doing it. Fuck it. You know, like disrespecting Mayo and Jack Igo having a wank at the back of a church, like that starts. It just, you know, wasn't meant to be. It's not a normal podcast. It's just like fucking, you know, test run. But yeah, do you actually? We were talking about a lot of shit recently about fucking like, especially like towards the middle of June, about like cutting bad vibes out of your life and keeping like a small circle of friends and stuff. How important do you think that is, being a content creator, like even just someone who fucking breathes fucking oxygen? Because I just feel like it's so important to actually like have a group of people who just genuinely want to support you and they have good intentions and stuff.
I think there's a thing. It's you are the average of your 5 closest friends, and that is the truest thing I've ever heard. It is so important to surround yourself with like-minded people that I can't express how important that is. You will literally become a product of what you surround yourself by. So if you only surround yourself by heroin addicts, you'll eventually be a heroin addict. If you only surround yourself with YouTubers, you'll eventually be a YouTuber. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you're noticing, but then there's also the line of like, does that person need help, or are they just a bastard and I should kick them out of my life? So it gets a bit like fucked up there. Do you know what I mean?
Help those fucking people. I just want to see them fucking go off and just use the same needles over and over again, you know? But yeah, that I feel like keeping a close circle of friends, I've definitely done that a lot recently. I literally, like, for people who don't know me well, or, you know, just watching the podcast for the first time, whatever the fuck, I was like, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing in my life like about a month ago, and I was just like, okay, everything needs to change, and I don't give a fuck how it happens. Everything needs to change. I just left a load of Discord groups. I couldn't be arsed the toxicity. Left a load of people that I just didn't like. I think it's an important balance to keep. I've learned this in the last couple of weeks. It's an important balance to. You can cut people out of your life, of course, but you can also keep some at arm's length as well, which I didn't know at the time. And I was just, you know, just kicking a load of people out for no reason.
Fuck off, like, everybody.
Leave me alone with your little perm, you Kermit cunt. That was what I said to someone. Anyway, but like, you know, you can keep people at arm's length as well at the same time. Like, and you can let certain people in, but you can keep people at arm's length. And that's something I learned recently. It's very, very important. You don't have to cut people out completely, like, you know.
Yeah. It's important. It's important to learn that balance, like.
Yeah. How do you think? Do you think fitness is really important into like getting a good mental state? Because I know you do running and shit.
Bro, I will preach this until the day I fucking die. My life has never been as good since I started working out. Like, that is just the best thing ever, because regardless of what else you do during the day, at the end of the day, you can always say to yourself, at least I got this done. And you will always have that goal checked off.
Yeah.
And then that's not even the whole thing. Like, it just everything is better. It's like you go from seeing in 480p to 720p. Just your whole body's working better, your brain's working better, you're more confident. Just the whole shit gets much better, like. And that's only doing the basics, like you could skip rope for 15 minutes a day every morning and it'll improve your life by probably like 50%.
Yeah. What got me out of like that rope specifically was actually something you said. You were like, because what I was always like trying to time manage my stuff, going to bed at the right time, waking up at the right time, and then I was like, as long as I get all the stuff that I need to get done in the day, it doesn't really matter what time I wake up and stuff. And I was like procrastinating all this shit, and I couldn't sleep because like, okay, I need to wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning, get this done, blah blah blah. I was like, what if I just wake up at 10? Like, just let my fucking body rest, and I can just do that shit like 11 or whatever. But I always had in my mind like, okay, I wanted to treat YouTube as a job, 9 to 5. That's the way you do it, blah blah blah. And I was like, fuck, like that's actually a good piece of advice you gave me. Like, I just like, you can do whatever you want whenever you want, and there's no one really stopping you, like, you know.
Yeah, there you go. Like I used to stress about my sleeping pattern a lot as well. I used to be like, I used to feel like a degenerate if I wasn't waking up early, but I realized, like you said there, just like once I'm getting my shit done and I'm happy and I'm healthy, my sleeping pattern doesn't matter that much. Like if I still need to get up early, I can get up early. The day might be a bit AIDS, but it's fine. Like
Yeah.
I'm still getting all the shit I need to get done.
I don't know. I always looked into like, you know, the benefits sleeping had for you and waking up at a proper time. The worst thing that I did for like fucking months, and I kind of got addicted to it, was lucid dreaming. I don't know if you've ever done that, like, but for me, like, that was like a drug, like, almost. That was like fucking, like, that was crazy. That was my drug. That was my shit for like 6 months. Like, I was just like, the way that I was able to do it really, really easily is if you like go to sleep at like, you know, 2 o'clock, you wake up at 6, and then, you know, you wake up for like 5 minutes and then go back to bed. You kind of like, you jump into your dream almost. I don't know if it's like lucid dreaming or if it's actually just like going into your dreams but to see what the fuck's happening. Like, it's just like an alternate universe, and just everything just felt great and happy until you got stabbed in the fucking arsehole. But yeah, like I don't know, I just thought it was fun and stuff. But that was literally wrecking my fucking eyes and stuff. Like my eyes, I'd wake up and they're all dry and stuff, and because I don't know, it just interrupts like all your fucking sleep patterns, and it's just so important, like you know, for your body just to like regenerate and stuff. So that was a fucking awful shit to get into, like, and no one talks about that, like lucid dreaming. Like no one's like, oh, that's really, really bad for you. I was like, I thought it was great crack for a little bit. I was like, okay, maybe the reason that I've just been so fucking out of it lately because I'm just ruining my fucking sleep. Like it literally everything starts from getting a good night's sleep. And yeah,
sleep is so important. Sleep is so important. Like you need a certain amount of sleep, like every time you go to sleep.
Yeah.
But talking about dreams are fucking weird. People don't talk about dreams enough. Like the fact that your brain, when it's resting, like it's supposed to be completely shut off and regenerating itself, can play these intense fucking experiences. Not even like a video. It's playing a full-on interactive experience inside of this thing.
Yeah.
That makes you fucking wake up, makes you sweat. Sometimes makes you do fucking other shit.
Like when you're in the bed and you're throbbing and you wake up with wood, and next thing you know, squirt everywhere, and you're like, fuck, getting your bed sheets is fucking wank again, like literally.
Like yeah. What is the brain doing to the nervous system? Like that is fucking mad. I would offer myself up to somebody for like 6 weeks of a research to just test my fucking brain on dreams, to like help people understand dreams more. Because I think it's the most, like, to me, it's one of the most interesting things about being a human, like, that our consciousness just goes and, just while we're asleep, just goes and drifts off into a whole another fucking thing, like, it's so weird.
I remember watching something from Joe Rogan. He had something on, he was like a sleep therapist, and they were talking about, like, you know, I think they were talking about the effects drugs have on your sleep and stuff, like, I think the conversation was something like, you know, if you drink before bed, it's like you get less REM sleep and just that sort of stuff. Like I'm not getting into it, but like, you know, like less REM sleep, you know, it was like caffeine had like a certain effect. Like you couldn't get into REM sleep fast enough. You got little REM sleep, and it was just like fucking crazy, like this whole conversation. But yeah, this isn't the Joe Rogan podcast, so we'll move on from that bald little fucker. But yeah, sleep is really fucking important, and something I've learned recently is if you want to actually have a good productive day, it don't matter when you wake up, as long as you get like 6 to 7 hours at minimum, just so you can actually wake up and be like motivated for the day. Because you can when you're going to sleep and you see that you press the snooze button, you go back to sleep, and it's like your brain doesn't actually like think about that. It's just like you press the snooze button, fucking gone, back to bed for like 2 hours. Yeah. You wake up and you're like, oh, I feel like shit now. Like I missed my alarm. Like so, just being able to like it's really hard to do. But like you're able to like actually like, you know, wake up when that alarm goes off. Fuck up, you go. Fucking gonna just get. I'm just gonna write something today. Do you know what I'm saying? Like that sort of way. Fuck me, I'm actually, bro. I'm sweating. This fucking weather is actually retarded.
I'm fucking absolutely roasting.
Oh my god.
The windows are.
My balls are stuck to this fucking chair. I can't be arsed with leather chairs anymore, man. Jesus Christ. Oh fuck. I'm actually sweating. That's crazy. Okay. Anyway, just talking about fucking Joe Rogan's ball bollocks. But yeah, actually, to go back to YouTube stuff, we didn't really talk about that much. Like, what do you think is the best way to grow? Because I feel like finding your niche is very important. I found that recently. Just find the videos you can make that kind of go to a certain audience or whatever. But what do you think, from your position, your point of view, is the way for a person to go from nothing to like 20k, or like, you know, something big? One actually is like going from like Fortnite content that's completely fucking dead at the moment to actually transition yourself to something else.
I mean, obviously it depends on what you want to do, but just find something you want to do, whether it's fitness, if it is Fortnite, if it's Minecraft, if it's whatever, and just try be the best within that thing. Like, try find your niche within that thing. Try find what other people aren't doing within that. Like the way you're doing in like the Irish gaming scene with GeoGuessr is perfect. That is nail on the head. That is new. It's fresh. It's yours. It works perfect. You're top of the fucking thing for GeoGuessr in Ireland. That's growing you like crazy. And you just need to find whatever people aren't doing in that section and make it the best you can for like YouTube meta. So get your audience retention up, get your engagement up, get all that stuff up, and just do it. You just need to keep doing it. You just need to be consistent over time, and it will happen. Like
a big thing that like ruined me a lot, like because I've been doing like YouTube since like 2015. Bear in mind the videos weren't great, like obviously, you know, because that's where I am now. But like you can think like I was thinking back the other day, like well not the other day, but like last month I was like, fuck, I've been doing this shit since 2015. Like I had knowledge of YouTube back in 2015, like I knew that I could do this forever. And I was like, I literally wasted like 5 years doing the wrong content completely. Like I know it was gaming content. Gaming was like in the like it was up like 2015, 16, 17. But at the same time, you could see such a trend in YouTube in 2016, 17. Is like it went more towards drama, like vlog, like fast paced, like David Dobrik shit. Like, and you know, if you stagnate and you stick with the same shit and you don't progress with the algorithm or the YouTube in general, you're not going to go anywhere. And I think actually Jacksepticeye is an important one because like he literally went from gaming content, playing horror games or whatever the fuck, to now he's doing like Reddit videos, stuff like that, like because that does better. Like you can literally do whatever the fuck you want on Reddit. Actually, I might have to get back into that because I remember did one last year.
Yeah, Reddit's OP.
Bro, I just did one about Greta Thunberg, and I was like, Greta Thunberg doesn't like Reddit or some shit, and it just attracts a new audience and stuff. It's crazy.
There you go. Like it's literally like Reddit is so OP because you can finagle it in such a way that you can have any topic and you can try to get to the top of that topic search terms just by using keywords, like just by saying it a lot in the video.
Biggest problem people have as well is trying to copy other people because they just see, okay, this is working, let me do this. And I was talking to a guy on Twitter the other day who was like coming to me for advice, which is actually humbling, by the way, because I normally go to other people for advice. And I was like, oh shit, this guy's asking me what to do. I was like, oh fuck, what do I say? If I ever have a problem or if I need advice, and I just go to someone I fucking trust, and I just like, is this good? Should I be doing this? Like blah blah blah. But stealing other people's ideas, and I say stealing because like you can literally just copy and plagiarize someone and probably get the same amount of views if you do it right. But if you want to be respected in the content creators, and if you want to be respected as a YouTuber, some people don't give a fuck about that, by the way. But like, if you want to be respected, you want to grow if you want to grow the right way, like it's very important to see those ideas, but actually make your own version of them and try and like that idea is obviously there. Like GeoGuessr has been there since 2013 for fuck's sake, but no one's been like, oh, let's do Irish GeoGuessr as a series, as like a weekly series, do it every single week, and it's doing it. I hate to bring back this fucking cunt, but Milliam. Like, what is he going to do now? Like, I don't even know, because he saw the last podcast that we did together, and I kind of slated him a little bit, but, like, how does he move on from Fortnite? It's going to be very, very difficult for him, like.
See, I seen him tweet now. He understands that if he keeps doing... He made a tweet and he was like, I need to stop. I need to do something other than Fortnite montages or the channel's going to die. So it's good that he understands that. But I think he's really young, isn't he? He's like 15 or 16 or something, right?
Yeah, 15, 16 probably. I don't even know. That's crazy, though. That's crazy. He's fucking 15 years of age, 200k on YouTube. People don't understand that. Like, he is a massive audience. Like, people think, like, when they think of, like, Irish Fortnite, they just think of Savage straight away. If Savage's the top guy. This country has double Savage subs, I think, on YouTube. Like he did the Phase 5 thing. Like, he has an audience in fucking Australia from the Flea connection. Like, it's literally mental. That cunt has all the tools he needs to go to the next stage if he just does it right. I remember I watched his stream one night, and he was saying, like, his mom doesn't, like, understand YouTube, and his mother doesn't like the fact he's doing YouTube and all this stuff. I was like, bro, the guy had like 150k subs a time. If I had 150k subs, I'm not even living in this fucking place anymore. Like, I'm gone.
That's the thing. Like, just living somewhere else if that happens.
Even revenue-wise, though, because if you do Fortnite, like, highlights or montages, one of the cringiest things I see is little fucking Fortnite players who think, oh, they're going to get loads of ad revenue off YouTube. Oh, it's this fucking gold mine. They switch over to YouTube or whatever. they upload a couple of videos and they get, like, a couple of thousand views. Like, oh, this is amazing. On a 2-minute video. Like, you barely get one ad off. It's just all skippable ads.
That's another thing people don't understand about monetization. The spectrum for how much money you can make is insane.
Yeah.
Like, you can make really high content and really high quality content, and you could be putting it out to a massive audience. Like, I'm talking like a couple 100,000, and you could be making like a bang on average wage, sometimes less than average. And then you could be putting out easy to do content like crypto YouTubers. They go and they read the news for 12 minutes a day, and they'll put up a 15-minute video, and they are making bread off like 100,000 views. They are making so much fucking money, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Just
like,
because of the difference in topics.
So if you're just getting into YouTube or whatever, you don't understand like what happens. I'll put a screenshot up on screen because I think it's hard to explain. But you basically get this, 1 to 10 video rating thing on your YouTube studio thing. It's like, this video is done 1 out of your past 10. It's like, it's doing the best. And you have the impression, click-through rate, and the view retention. And I recently had the best video I've had for view retention. Like, literally a 10-minute video at like a 6.5-minute view retention. I was like, holy fuck. Because you imagine this got like 10, 15k views. I'm probably going to make a couple hundred quid. Like, it's literally mental. Like, how much these stats, like, help. Even financially. Like, I don't make a lot of YouTube. I might make it like a payout every like 3 months, probably. Depending on if it goes well. And that's like a push. I remember I used to like stream. Like, the whole reason I got like affiliated on Twitch or YouTube, was streaming. It's very easy to hit that I think it's 4,000 watch hours. Sounds fucking mental, and it is. But streaming on YouTube for that was brilliant. But the biggest downside to streaming on YouTube, it just killed my channel for like a year and a half afterwards. Because the view, like the watch time goes up, whatever. The view retention is like fucking wank. A load of stats go down from YouTube streamers. So I wouldn't recommend it. Did you see that guy, the Alpha Gaming channel guy, Harris Heller? Remember he switched to YouTube? He's the guy who does like the non-copyrighted fucking stream beat stuff. And he goes, well, basically this cunt will do anything for views. I swear to God, because he literally he's like, so in 10 years time, YouTube is the mainstream of streaming gaming content. It's going to be huge. And he was like bringing up like Snapchat stories, how that evolution went over like Instagram, TikTok, all that shit. Like the short 10-second like videos or whatever, like, and he was like, well, the same things with YouTube. Once they figure out streaming, it's going to be over on YouTube. It's going to be mainstream. The amount of people that watch YouTube, it's going to be mental in the next 5 years. Switched over to YouTube. He probably gets about 100 viewers. He went from like 2k on Twitch to 100.
Oh, that's rough.
Anybody who has any basic knowledge of YouTube and Twitch knows that if you're getting 2,000 on Twitch, that's the equivalent to like 5 or 6k on YouTube.
Yeah. Just
based on like how many people just hop in and out of streams, like, because Twitch, I know firsthand for myself, like Twitch, the average view retention on Twitch is like an hour. Like for one person is an hour. Like that is literally insane. If you get that in a podcast on YouTube, nuts. You're literally fucking flying. I mean, it all depends on the content you're doing. I just do just chat and shit, so maybe just people get engaged. But like 1,000, an hour per. What did I say? Yeah, an hour view retention. Yeah, and then on fucking YouTube it's like 2 minutes or something, if that on a YouTube stream. So. I see a lot of people, the reason I brought it up is because I see a lot of people saying, oh, I'll just switch to YouTube streaming, get partner, get affiliate or whatever, and make my money. It's like, even if you get affiliate on YouTube and you're doing Fortnite streams, you're not going to make a lot of money, unfortunately, unless you get into the membership stuff, and even that's a ball, like.
It's like those people who, who was it? Remember when Mixer was taking a load of people off Twitch and they were paying them to stream a Mixer, and then Facebook had the same idea. Man, the people that went to Facebook, I feel so bad for, because like, no matter how much money you got paid in one lump sum, that must be so dead streaming on Facebook. Like, that must be like,
bro. I said that on a fucking stream recently. I was literally talking about it because I think Jack Galloway said to me, because he's like into all the the foreign management side of shit, and he reads contracts and he sees different shit, and he was basically saying that this guy, I'm not going to name him, but he was relatively big on Twitter, like, and. One thing I see that a lot of people doing, especially in Fortnite scene, is they think Twitter is like the be all and end all. Like Twitter is the shit, You get loads of likes on Twitter, like that is amazing, but you can't translate that to other platforms. But this guy basically went from Twitch as a partner to Facebook when Facebook bought over Mixer, and I think he got offered 80 grand for a year. Big crazy, like that money in itself is mad, to be fair. 80 grand in a year, like that's fucking mental. That's like being a fucking lawyer in Ireland. It depends if you pay tax at that time as well. So yeah, 80k, like, I mean, for a year. But I was saying, like, the main thing, if you actually love making content, there's not a hope you take that, like. And I was even saying, like, people like the Gareth show, like, why would Gar even take that? Like, he's trying to build something on Twitch.
Yeah,
like,
no.
You know,
that kills your momentum instantly. Like, that's just dead. You've deaded your career.
I was literally thinking, what's the word? Momentum. That is it. Perfect. Spot on the. That's why you're here, you little guinea pig. All right. Perfect. Beautiful. But yeah, momentum. Like, I have mad momentum on YouTube at the moment. Like, with the whole fucking GeoGuessr stuff, TikTok, all this stuff's gonna come together, and it's doing really, really well. I wouldn't trade that feeling for anything. I was saying there to start, like, that's my drug. I wouldn't trade that for anything. I don't give a fuck. 80 grand, have it. I don't give a fuck. I'm not going to Facebook gaming for fucking 2 average viewers this cunt had. He went from being a partner on Twitch, 100, 200, 300 to 2 viewers. Like, imagine what that would do for your mental health, like. And that's why we see so many people.
It'd be so fucked.
That's why we see so many people on fucking Twitter with, like, 40, 50k followers, and they're like, just post every day cloud tweets, because it's like, that's where they get their enjoyment now. Like, they're just done with content. Like, they can't even do anything anymore. It's madness.
But that hurts my soul when I see that. People who live for, like, Twitter likes. Because, like, it's a good feeling to, like, obviously your dopamine raise or whatever when you see the likes, but, like, Twitter is, like, I'm convinced, like, Twitter isn't even real, like.
Yeah.
Like, it's just not even, like, actually a thing at the end of the day. And, like, some people literally live for interactions, like.
You can't even make money off Twitter. Like, you can, but, like, it's just literally came out, like, monetizing tweets. Like, come on, fuck off. Who the fuck do you think you are, ninja? Like, but yeah, like, there's so many people. Like, even recently, I just want to bring it back to the whole content stuff, because with Twitch, like, gaming is so stale at the moment. Like, it's just absolutely fucking wank. There's nothing out. Like, the only bit of satisfaction you get is when the new FIFA comes out nowadays for me, like, or the new Call of Duty or whatever, and even that, like, lasts like a couple of weeks. But there's a couple of people that I know, like, personally, who they just can't, like, do anything on Twitch anymore. They're just so bored of it, like, because there's nothing to stream. And then they start going to Twitter and they're like, oh, Twitter's my new dopamine thing. But it's just so counteractive. It's like pissing against the wind, because you can't actually grow as a content creator. We're talking about now. Like, obviously you can grow on Twitter. It's great. But, you know, there's people like Sabboy who just goes on and shows her tits. That's amazing. You know, TikTok, Twitter, that's her thing. And that's fantastic. She's she doesn't want to be a content creator, whatever. That's fantastic. But if you see someone who's streaming on Twitch and they're trying to get their partner, that's like their goal. Like, in their head, like, they want to get their partner. That's their main shit. And they're constantly on Twitter and they're like, that's my main platform now. That's such a bad mindset to be in. Like, that's such a bad mentality, I feel like.
Yeah, no, Twitter is not good. Like, I've uninstalled Twitter off my phone so many times I can't even count. And when it's off the phone, I'm amazing, I'm great. And then I'll reinstall it to be like, oh, I need to DM XYZ. And then I'm just sucked into it again.
I mean... Twitter can be a tool if you use it right, obviously. Like, you know, it can be good for, like, promoting your videos. But even though you were saying there, it fucks up in the algorithm. I don't really know much about that, but I know from because I was like, fuck, if I want to get back into content creation with the podcast and stuff, like, at the time, a couple of months back, it's like, you know, it'd be nice to have a bit of Twitter, like, just fucking boosting those views straight away.
Oh no, definitely, yeah.
It's good for your mental, like, seeing the views straight away come in. But at the same time, I watched this guy called Paddy Galloway. I know I told you about him. I told you about him a couple of days ago. This cunt broke down YouTube in 30 seconds to me, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, it was like, if you do, like, your YouTube video could, basically, it would pop off in 6 days. It would get into the algorithm. And, like, after, like, 6 days, you'll see the views go, like, from, you know, a couple thousand, whatever, and then just go, gone.
Yeah.
Because, like, all the stats register. You're just like, okay, we're going to bing, 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 you know, push that video. Paddy, fuck me, that guy Paddy is just there's something different about that guy.
His brain's about this size.
Yeah,
the brain is actually about size. Like, it's ridiculous.
I'm gonna ask him on the podcast. This is a bit of a weird podcast. We're just shooting shit about whatever the fuck comes to my brain. I have no script. I wasn't very prepared. I was just here like, oh, that would be fun to talk about. That would be great. Love that. Just like a warmer to get back into the actual interviews, I guess. But
yeah, 100%.
I want to get Paddy on the podcast. I think that'd be interesting. I'm interested to see how this podcast does in comparison to, like, you know, the GeoGuessr videos and the Gogglebox videos and stuff. Like, I predict it'll drop to like 250 probably, and I'm happy with that for the podcast. That's completely fine.
Yeah.
Biggest thing I want to see with the podcast is for it to grow alongside the channel. And then for it to get to a point where I'm able to get these big guests on, and then that could promote the channel even more. I can.
Yeah, that would be sick.
Yeah, to have a podcast growing alongside, and then eventually someday maybe take over as the main thing, like later down the line. So I don't know if you did you see that thing that you remember Arvind on that podcast the weekly awful thing?
Oh yeah, I didn't watch the podcast. But I seen the whole thing about
Soul destroying, absolutely soul destroying.
it.
I was
My
literally,
Go on,
yeah.
sorry.
Oh, you can go. You can go.
My thing about that is, or like my thought process behind that was maybe he seen you and he was like, okay, this guy is kind of on the right track. Like he's got his own thing here. He's doing this, so I should go and help these people. Is what my thought process was behind that, and that's what I'm hoping.
I mean, and then you just have Arab. It's just like, oh, he just goes on to the tweet. Okay, the podcast tweet. First one that comes up is those two boys. Loads of likes. We'll do that one. Like, you know, so it's like, fuck, it's 50-50. I don't know. I'm not really an Arab's brain. I love Arab as a content creator. Don't get me wrong. Like, I love his fucking humor. Like, he just says whatever the fuck he wants, and I love that. I respect that. I'd love to interview him. I think it was a bad time, though, because I was literally just like, I was off a full weekend of editing that Gogglebox video, and I just uploaded the Gogglebox video when he tweeted that. And I was in fucking euphoria, bro. Like, I just uploaded this fucking banger video, did really well. It was really funny. Spent a lot of time working, blood, fucking sweat, and tears went into that video. It's doing really well.
That too.
Yeah. Oh man. Like, how would that actually feel to be involved in that? Like from your perspective, because obviously it's like it's my project, but you know, you've been involved in someone else's project and seen it do well. Like, what's that like for you, like as a content creator? Because I know let me give more context to that question, because there's a few people out there who'd be like, oh, this guy's getting a lot of attention from that, isn't he? He's getting a lot of attention. Oh, that's a bit. Oh, I wish I was getting that attention, like that sort of shit. A lot of people, trust me, this happened. What was your kind of like thoughts about the whole thing and getting involved in it?
Bro, that was so fun. That was like the most fun thing I've ever done, because I got to do the fun part of saying and just go, ha ha ha, fucking whatever, react, and then I didn't have to touch a thing after that. That was fucking sick. And obviously when it popped off, I was like, yeah, this is fucking sick. This is fucking awesome. People like this. It's so sick to be a part of something that people really like, because people really like that video. All the feedback I seen in that was like, Jake, this is fucking sick. This is a really good video. I want to see more of this. I was reading that and I was like, oh, okay, this is fucking awesome. This is so sick to see.
Like we're talking about like the fucking comments and stuff, and that was kind of crazy because I never had a video doing that well comments wise, like interaction wise. That was, I mean, I have, but like fucking Fortnite shit. Come on, like who gives a fuck? There's such a massive difference between like doing a fucking Fortnite video and that doing 1,000 views versus a content video you put so much time and effort into. Like it's literally mental, like the difference. I wonder if long term that video will do better, because it's on like what 600 700 views, which is really good for the channel by the way, but like that video is so unique. I'd love for it to pop off long term. I
think it'll pop off. There's no Gogglebox on the like there isn't a new season of Gogglebox on the television right now, is there?
Not yet, no.
I think that'll pop. It'll pop again when they re-announce another series of that, because I think you should be up near the top of the search. So I think when whoever it is, Virgin Media, decide to make another Irish Gogglebox series and they announce it and people go, oh geez, I want to go look at the clips, I want to go look at the last one, I want to find out about this, I think you'll be up near the top. So that video should resurface then and bang an extra couple thousand views, like.
Yeah, I mean, that, like it is luck of the draw at the same time. You can only do so much, and then like doesn't do well, then GG's. Like I guess, but that video in particular, I don't think I've ever been so proud of a video in my entire life. Like that feeling is unparalleled. It's literally like fucking just taking a shot of heroin. It's unreal. Literally unbelievable. Like having a video pop off that well and doing so well overnight, and you refresh, it's like, oh, it's gonna have another 100 views. Fuck, that is crazy. Like mental. Like
you feel like an actual god. Like it's kind of dangerous, because like I can imagine, you know, when big YouTubers kind of go off the rails and like they do some outrageous shit because they're getting millions of views. I always think like, nah, I'd be alright, I wouldn't do that. But like if I was banging like 8 million fucking views every time I uploaded a video, like how would you not go absolutely batshit crazy?
One thing I'll say is that actually it's actually pretty easy. Like that shit can just happen. It's just like a flick in the brain. And it's like you don't become yourself anymore. Like, because I think it was the other day, I was like, what was I doing? I was it yesterday or 2 days ago? I uploaded that fucking Gogglebox video, and I think it was just there. I was there last night. I was like, oh shit, doing really well now. Look at all the likes and stuff on Instagram or Twitter. Like, this is amazing. Like, fuck. Just sat back, relaxed. It was just like a mentality. I was like, fuck. But if you actually want to be successful, I know people can be successful from doing fuck all and just getting lucky, but at the same time, you need to be working harder than everybody else. You see other people achieving your goals, you have to work just as hard as them, or if not harder. That's my mentality. Yeah. Always switching back to that motto is just, it's just getting me through it. Like at the moment, like that's just that motto right there. Like you have to work harder than everyone else if you want to succeed in this platform. Very, very important. Because if you be lenient, if you take a little step off the pedal, it gets to your head. Then you're back on a downward spiral again, and it's just like you don't want to go back to that place.
Once you let the momentum slip, it's so hard to build it back up.
Exactly.
Like momentum on YouTube, momentum in like anything in your life is insanely important. Like once you let it slip, it's so fucking hard to get it back again.
Yeah, I mean, that's why people do drugs. I mean, you fucking, the down, and they're like, oh shit, pop some perkies, back up, and then back down. It's just like crazy. So in a way, YouTube is like a drug for me, and I've said that a few times already. But seeing those views go up and seeing like all that shit like do really well is crazy. But it's try not to get an ego is also, it's not hard, but it's like it could just happen, and you don't even realize it happens. And I'm like, fuck, I just don't want that to happen at all. I just want to stay down to earth with the same people and just stay where I am, but at the same time just have like success as well.
It's very important to hold yourself accountable and recognize when your ego is inflating, and then also to just have people around you that will call you out, like, and be like, you're being a fucking dickhead, like, you're like, shut the fuck up, like that is so important to have people around you like that. Like Boogan and Hugh, especially my little brother, if I do anything like that, like if I'm being an absolute dickhead, they'll be the first two to be like, shut the fuck up, like, cop on, like, and that is so good. It's so good. It works so well, like.
I mean, it's kind of all about me, this podcast, but sure, fuck, we've took a break. We're back. But yeah, I've definitely seen, like, recently, like, I was just a bit of a change. Because, the last couple of weeks have been really, really good. Like, I've been talking to you, like, a lot, like, pretty much daily about, like, the growth and, like, what's been going on and how it's been really, really good recently. And I was like, fuck. And this is really, really good. Like, I was kind of like on cloud nine. I was like looking down, like, oh, okay, we're just gonna get there now. It's like motivation can also be like a really fucking cocky thing as well, and it can come off bad. It's just all about like how you perceive things. Like, it's literally crazy. Like, because you can. I'm literally just rambling, but like you can literally think of fucking, I'm doing really, really well right now. This is amazing. I'm gonna be up here one day. I'm gonna be up the very, very top, and you can kind of confuse that with these little fuckers. Look at them. Fucking these county council, like that.
Yeah, there's a thin line between being cocky and being confident. And there's different types of confidence, There's confidence where you lift other people up with you, and then there's a confidence where you put other people down, and the one where you put people down is not good.
Yeah. I just want to fucking keep my head focused on what I'm doing at the moment. Just keep fucking doing it. Like, because I know it's just momentum. Like, it's scary, because what you just said there is crazy. Like, it's so true. It's like once you lose momentum, like, you're just fucked. It's just like you need to get back and keep doing it. It's like working out as well. Like, the more you work out, the better your stamina gets, the better like your endurance gets, and then you just take a week break. It's like, oh, my fucking ankles, like, you dirty bastard. That sort of way. Obviously, what recently you've been helping me a lot with like growing on YouTube and keeping me like focused and doing the right shit, and I'm really fucking grateful for that. Like, because I'd never had someone like you in my life who like literally fucking helps me through like everything that I need to help with. It's literally mental, like, because I go with like you, Jack, Igo, and a few like mates I have like I talk to daily and stuff, and that's pretty much it. But just getting people's input and stuff, and was that funny, and you've been doing it as well, like to me, like with the video yesterday, and it's good to literally like be helping each other out with stuff like that. And I definitely think we could probably grow. I'd love, bro, imagine we were like sitting in a content house in 2 years time, like just running the Irish content creator scene. Like, fuck,
I will make that happen one day. It's either I die or that happens. That is the two options I've presented myself with. I need to have that experience in my fucking life. If I don't, I've been dreaming about living in a content house and making content with people I like since the age of like 15, since I started YouTube. I don't think you understand. I need that experience in my life. Like, big time.
Anyway, moving on to our next topic.
Needs to happen.
Ladnation. I want to hear your initial thoughts on the project.
I think it's a sick idea, but Gara, if you're watching this, please do not squander this. Wait, I need to...
Yeah, Gara, if you're listening, fucking, I need to fix it.
Gara, please listen to me. Do not squander this opportunity. You are the, like, one of the, like, few people that have the ability to make this happen. You are one of the few people with the reach to make this happen. Please make it good. Make this good and make it happen and stick with it. If it doesn't work out straight away, just keep doing this over time and make sure it happens. because if you get the right group of people, you will control the Irish scene. It won't even be a competition. Like, you could, like, something like that is so brandable in Ireland. It's incredible. Like, just, it's a sick idea, but it has to work, and the time has to go into it.
I mean, we were obviously thinking about doing something like that, like, a while back, I think. We were basically talking about, like, how amazing it'd be to get, like, a content. I think actually the last podcast when we talked about, like, how sick it'd be to, like, a content house, and we were talking about, like, the Go House and shit, but I see what you're saying there, but, like, how it could work and stuff. Like, if you worked at long term, like the Sidemen kind of worked on it, like, over a while, like, they weren't fucking popular straight away, even though they had, like, people like KSI and stuff who were, like, already kind of relevant at the time. But I was just thinking, like, imagine if, like, just out of just, like, weirdness, I'm just saying these names because they're, like, relevant and whatever, like, with YouTube, like, in the scene. Imagine if, like, Milliam and Save It, I don't even think they're friends, but imagine they just went together and they're like, fuck it, we're just gonna do this now. Like, imagine how fucking insane that would be. Like, even if they don't like each other, like, at the moment, I'm just using them as an example. Imagine if two content creators of their level were able to literally, like, just start a group like that, somehow get a sponsor from an org or whatever, and just get into, like, a house with, like, a load of Irish content creators. That would literally be insane. So,
bro, that would be ridiculous.
The content would be crazy. Like, so that's kind of where you need to get to, I feel like.
Like, if you just got to, like, a semi-established level, like, media outlets in Ireland just love anything. Like, look at the Go House, for fuck's sake. They were on, like, every fucking morning show in Ireland, like, before they'd done anything. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you just have to be semi-decent and you'll make it in Ireland big time. And you will be, like, so many people will be watching you, it'll be ridiculous.
What's your opinion on Jacksepticeye guy? Because he literally... It pisses me off the more I think about it recently, because, like, he literally went to the top. I feel like he fell out of love with content, and obviously fucking understandably why. Like, you fucking go to such a level, and there's a period where he wasn't, like, growing. Like, he literally, okay, this cunt went from, like, fucking going up 1 million subs every 2 months for, like, 3 years, literally, until he got, like, 20 million or whatever. And then he saw a massive dip off, and his mental health was just fucked. And then, he moved out of the country around that time as well. Like, a load of shit happened, but at the same time, if you want to be the best, and he kind of got to being the best in Ireland 100%, like, by fucking 10 million probably to stage. Like, I think Died and Ogla's second, or there's probably some fucking channel I don't even know of, but they're popular in Asia with 8 million from Dublin. I don't even fucking know. It happens. I'm not even joking. Like, there's literally channels who have, like, fucking 4 million subs. I think there's one called the Try channel, and their demographic is all Americans, because they're Irish people trying American things. It's mind-blowing, but it's such a great concept.
So weird.
But yeah, I want to know what your opinions on Aaron and Jacksepticeye, because I think where you live is close enough to where he's from in Offaly, isn't it?
Yeah, we're probably like 20 minutes away.
Yeah.
Like, there's probably 20 minutes in the different. Jacksepticeye's a goat. He's a YouTube goat. He's an absolute legend. I don't know that much about him, and I haven't watched a lot of his content, but I recognize that he's just a fucking legend of a human being.
Yeah, I mean, he's literally my idol, and the reason the reason I wanted to get into content creation in the first place. He is the fucking guy. And as a massive fan, like, I don't watch all these videos because I'm not really into the whole, like, Reddit shit, but as a massive fan of his, it's been really difficult to watch him over the last couple of years go from being this big energetic guy to top of the morning to that he's, fucking mental, like that sort of energy I want to have in my videos. Like, it was so hard to watch that. Him going from that to the guy with the man bun with the grey hair. It wasn't even his fault, and I don't even think he changed that much. But just the whole process of him going from this green-haired fucker to this guy with grey hair and a ponytail, looking like the guy from Far Cry fucking 3 or 4 or whatever it was. Crazy shit. Like, it was so demotivating to see that this guy just got to the top and didn't really do much with it. That's probably harsh as well at the same time, though, because, like, you get up to the... I don't know, it's hard to explain, like, because...
I get where you're coming from, because you're watching it, like, you, like, grew up with Jacksepticeye. Do you know what I mean? I think it's called parasocial relationships, the thing.
Yeah.
Where, like, people like you and me who watch creators, like, I watch KSI and you watch Jacksepticeye, and we've built a weird relationship with them in our head that they don't have with us. So it's hard for us to, like, watch them, like, because they're just living their lives. They're just being themselves and they're doing what they want. But for us, it's like, they're, like, that's the idol, that's our hero. That's, like, almost like a friend in a way, changing in front of us.
Yeah, when people change and you're so used to change, like, change in general is fucked up. It's scary. But like when you see someone you absolutely fucking adore and they change and it's like, oh, you don't really like that guy as much. It's awful. And I definitely had that with Jack. And I'm not really thinking that straight because I'm just boiling roast and we're just back on podcast and I'm just like all over the gaff. But like Jack for me was like the guy, and I see what Gareth's doing with Ladnation, just bringing it back to that. It would be interesting to see where he could bring Ladnation if it's done right, because he could literally. I was talking to Jen about it. Like Jen, not a massive fan of the idea because he doesn't want to fill out an application form, which is fair enough. Even though he does it every Tuesday at the Dole office.
Oh my god.
But yeah, like it's weird. Like filling out an application to get into a thing. Jen obviously doesn't like it. But it could be literally like Ladnation, like you said there, could literally be insane. Stop laughing, you're making me uncomfortable. I'm already roasting. I'm just fucking fed up. It's so warm, man. We're not used to this shit. Like it's 25 degrees.
I'm so red. I keep looking at myself in the camera. I'm just so red.
It's just a heat wave, and I have this big cunt of a camera looking down at us as well. It's like Jesus.
Gara also needs to pick the right people. Like I'm not just saying this like you need to pick me, blah 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 blah. But like, Gareth, if you're listening, please don't pick people who are like mid-30s, whatever you do.
Yeah.
Don't pick people like that. Pick people who they're going to give you fresh ideas, they're going to be energetic, and they're going to do the shit you need to do. Please, I'm begging you. Even if I'm not in it, I don't care if I'm not in this. Just make it good. Make it work, please.
When I first heard the whole Ladnation project, it was actually a couple months ago. Well, it wasn't Ladnation, but I remember seeing. My preconceived notion of Ladnation was a group of lads that I knew pretty well, but they're all like 30s, 35. They're not the people you want for a project like that, because you see the Sidemen, they're just hitting their 30s or whatever now, like 30, 31, and they're kind of like they've gone past their peak, kind of, in terms of 28, like 26, 27, 28, like that's the peak years for content in my eyes. I know that's obviously different for other people depending on how you see it, but in my eyes, that's the age, and they're kind of gone past it, and still they're doing bits. So, they started off so young. It took them 6 years to actually get to where they are now, hitting their prime, millions every single week on whatever they do and the videos and stuff. So getting people who've already gone past their peak as a content creator's perspective doesn't seem that logical. Yeah. Another thing that I thought it was going to be was just to help Gara grow, and I've been proved wrong on that with a couple of conversations I've had with him. He has the right intentions. Hopefully, hope he's not masking that. But I'll never bullshit someone. If I think someone's trying to do something for their own benefit, I'll be like, I'm going to call that out, and I probably won't join. But I think there's enough evidence there from Gara to be like, he wants to grow himself. Obviously, he's hitting 26. I think he's 26, hitting 27. He has a missus. He wants to move out and get his own house and stuff. So I see it from that perspective. Obviously, I'm not playing it down, but he does have the right intentions with Ladnation, and that was the biggest thing I had before. And I thought it was just gonna be a bunch of middle-aged men doing fucking football content.
That's fucking sick there. From that, he wants to make it more than himself, which is good. And everybody, I wouldn't. Everybody was obviously going to want to grow for themselves. Everybody just wants to be successful.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But it's so sick to see that he wants to make the group a thing out there and make the group the thing, which is sick. I think that should be the mentality.
I used to hate Gara. I'll be straight up. I used to fucking hate him. I used to think he's just this cocky little fucker on Twitch.tv with this massive ego. And I don't know. I see where I was getting it from, because it's a certain part of his personality, as any content creator has, trying to be funny or whatever. But I saw this massive ego from Gara one time. I was like, shit, that's my whole idea of Gara. That's 100%. That's him. And then I think it was 6 or 7 months ago. I was like, shit, I got that wrong, didn't I? Just a little bit, because we had fun, and I talked about in the podcast I did with him a couple months ago, and I got his character completely wrong. And I don't want to make that same mistake twice, because you can go down two avenues with this. You can be like, oh, Gara's doing this for himself. He wants to do it for himself. Or you can go down the road, which I'm going to go down. He wants to improve the Irish content creator scene as a whole. That's his idea. That's his vision. He wants the hype behind that to help him, but also the creators around him. And that's something I'd be very excited about. I love Gara, by the way, just in case people are like, oh, Jake's chatting about him. But
Gara's a grinder. Garrett's always fucking streaming. He's always on stream. Every time I go on Twitch, he's streaming.
He doesn't give a fuck. He just says whatever he wants, and because he was doing this thing with Trust Game and the fucking, you know who they are, obviously, and he's doing this thing, and he was in my chat the other night, and he was just, you know, he was like, yeah, it was all contractual. I was like, that's my guy. Don't give a fuck. That's my guy. But when what was I gonna fucking say? It's completely blank to me now. Wait, it's something about fucking Gara. Oh well, I'll move on. But it's time to get cut in that clip, by the way. Gara, I love you, by the way. Pick me. But yeah,
I want to be in your group. Let me in.
I don't give a fuck.
100%.
I think if he nails the applications and he gets the right people in, I tell you now, if Gara's watching this, if he picks up the wrong people, there will be uproar and it's not going to work. And you said that already, but like there will literally be community uproar with this whole Ladnation thing if the wrong people are picked. Again, we're not just saying, you know, me and you. We're, you know, it's obviously open to everyone. But if you pick the wrong people, and if you pick the wrong age group, if you pick the wrong content creators, it's not going to go well. Because there's a lot of content creators, especially Irish content creators, who, you know, are overlooked, to be fair. But there's a lot of people in the community who people, like, we all know about each other pretty much in this community at the moment.
Yeah.
We all have our own ideas of what certain people are like, and some people are nice to their face, and some people don't say certain things. But, you know, I'll use Streamerly as an example. Because he's like, you know, around 30. We had a debate about this in his stream the other day, like what age he was, and he got very angry. So, but like he's very like a very old school sort of humor, and you can see that in the Gogglebox video. It's good like variety of content. But I think if he picked up Streamerly first, I don't think he will, but like if he did, right, there will be uproar because Alan's humor is so different to what I think the group is meant to be and what it's meant to be about. If that makes sense.
Like, I'm sure Streamerly is the soundest fella ever. He's fucking funny. His parent Gogglebox was really, really funny. But if you had, like, let's say you'd him, you're obviously going to have Gara. Let's say you had another person who was a bit older than Streamerly, and then you had someone who was really young, like maybe like a 17,
That's
18,
problem, yeah.
maybe 16. That's a fucking weird dynamic. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like
there's going to be some shit that people like aren't going to feel comfortable saying, and you have all this stuff.
Yeah. You have to be very comfortable around the people that you want to work with as well, like, because if you know a person really well, you can say a certain thing, you know they're going to react pretty much, right? But say I don't know Alan that well, like I've known him for like, you know, a couple of like a year probably, I think. Like I don't know his character fully. I'd be scared to say a certain joke around him because I'm like, how is he going to react to that? Is he going to get offended by that? Is he going to take offense to that sort of stuff? I'm just using an example. I don't give a fuck. You could say anyone. I'm just using him as an example. As I said, like Million was saved a while back. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the Ladnation thing. I think we have a very good chance of getting in. Because I just think the dynamic would be good. We're a lot younger than Gara as well. Gara looks a lot younger than what he is, actually, to be fair. Don't you think? No?
Yeah. Gara looks like he's like 21, 22.
Exactly, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so it's like you could probably get away with it, you know? But yeah, but from Gara's perspective, because obviously he's going to be like the main guy running it, which is fine. Would there be an extra additional pressure for him? Because obviously it's all him on the line, first of all. But like, you know, would he have to be like that kind of father figure in the group? Like he'd kind of have to be looking out for everyone, make sure they're not doing the right stuff. That would be a lot of stress for me. It's no reason why you should have like 3 or 4 people to start off with. Like
that's why I was thinking. Like not even like just having people to help him start and help him fucking, because he must be dealing with a fucking shit ton of applications.
He's a very busy cunt as well. Like he's a lot of shit going on.
Yeah, like I imagine he is like he's like in a committed relationship and everything. Like there's probably loads of shit he's to do.
And she's
committed. I know he's piling all these applications, and he's to just deal with all this by himself. Like that must be hell. Yeah, that must be hell.
I mean, you know, I'm only saying that from our perspective, because I'm sure people will be interested in hearing our perspective of the whole thing, because there's people in the community, because there's a from this announcement thing, people are like, I don't know if you remember the tournaments, the Gamer Store Legion thing we're doing, the foreign tournaments and stuff, Gamer Store.
I know about Gamer Store. I don't know about the tournament.
Basically, they're doing like a foreign tournament for like £1,000. They've done a couple of them. And it literally just turned into the Gara Show Cup. Like, that's all it was. Like, people just thought of the Gara Show Cup. So I'm hoping with Ladnation, it's not like, oh, this is Gara's thing. Like that would really annoy me from a content creator's point of view, because that's Gara's thing. Fair enough if he like there's gonna be so much cut out of this podcast you don't even understand, Simon. Like, I'm just thinking in my head like this. I just can't say some of these things. Like, I kind of got a bit fired of like it's all about narrative, like at the same time. I'm just gonna move on because I'm gonna end up saying something bad here. I'm not in my right frame of mind. My balls are on the fucking chair, but the
I'm
slide
so
off.
sweaty, you don't even understand.
You
I'm
look
gonna have to
red.
peel this t-shirt off me.
You look red. I look red. I'm
Right,
starting to
pit
grow a
stains.
perm.
Oh, look at the pit stains. Can you see them? I'm fucking absolutely sweating bullets.
We see. Listen, this is what happens when you delay a podcast by a couple of days. God is like, fuck you, you dirty bastards.
Roast in hell.
But yeah, we've talked with Ladnation. I mean, listen, I'm looking forward to it. If I get involved, I get involved. For me, the interview process will be interesting because, you know, I wanna get.
How's he doing that? Is it just going to be like this, just in a Discord, and you're going to talk to him like?
I think so, and I think Marman. I don't know if you know Little Marman. He's basically, I think, going to be like the editor for the whole series for like, you know, the videos and stuff. So I think he's already involved.
Oh, he already has okay, that's fucking sick.
Yeah.
Okay, he's like actually getting stuff ready.
I probably should have mentioned that when I was raving. So yeah, there is like, it's not just him. I'm pretty sure anyway. Like I don't know that for sure, but I'm just like basing it off of my assumptions. My assumptions tend to be correct though. So I saw this Ladnation thing coming about 2 months ago, to be fair. Not Ladnation. I thought it was going to be called the Side Lads, and I was like, oh, no. Nah. Like,
Ireland has been... The Irish content creation scene has been crying out for something like this forever. For fucking ever. Like, this should have been done years ago. Like, it's ridiculous that it hasn't been a thing.
It's been done so poorly as well. Like, fucking... Like, even on the RT and stuff, it's like... One, it doesn't get a lot of respect, but two, like, there's this fucking show called Gamer Mode. And it's, like, meant to be, like, about content creation. Like, bro, you've little Jim Star on that, like, fucking talking about fucking Fortnite. I'm like, oh, get me. Just, I'm not watching that wank. I can't watch that little fucker sit down and just talk about Fortnite. Like, it's just, like, you have to have a good taste for it as well. Like, it's what I'm saying about, like, getting multiple people in Ladnation at the very start. Like, just, like, knowing their content, knowing it pretty well. I'll be the first person to get criticism. I don't give a fuck. I'll say whatever the fuck I want. I don't care. I'm a little... I've so many skeptical, like, points about Ladnation. I'm gonna try and get off it after this because I'm annoying myself. But like, Garrow's a Twitch streamer. I don't think he's lacking knowledge in YouTube. That is a concern for me going into it.
I think that's fine though if he gets YouTubers, because like he'll learn a fuck ton from those people. Hopefully, that's what I most. If I were to get into the group, I think that's what I'd like the most about it, is you would just learn so much. You would be surrounded by this group of people who are all motivated and they all want to do this thing, and you're pulling shit from all different parts of the social media world. Like, it would be mad. You just learn so much in such a short period of time.
The amount of work that's going to go into this as well, like, because I'm not paying for a bus ticket up to fucking Fermanagh for a day, like, you know, like, fuck that shit, like, you know, hopefully as well the locations are good, because I'm not going up to Cavan, like, I don't give a fuck. Listen, there's a lot of people from Cavan who've seen my TikToks recently. I don't think I go up to Cavan, and I don't think they think well of me, like, I'm being serious, because, like, fuck, I've said a lot of shit recently. Oh, it's a shit though, look at fucking, you know, oh, lads, it's crazy. So, hopefully locations are good. What last thing I want to say in this is I'm curious to see, because, you know, Ladnation, people could like end up treating this as an organization where people are constantly coming in and out. If that happens, it's also going to fail, because you can't if you get six or seven people, those 6 or 7 people have to stay. Like, obviously you can have like issues or drama in the first like couple of months, fair enough, like, but long term you have to stick with the same 7 or 8 people, because you have to get people invested in that brand and the right people and stuff, and make sure they're all invested in those characters. Like, with Vix, like Vicstar, for example, is like, not a lot of people liked him at the start in terms of, I'm sure some people did. Okay, listen, there's probably gonna be like a minority who love him, but like from the start, it was always like the main 4 or 5, and then like, you know, Vicstar, Josh, and Toby. Yeah, they were like the 3 kind of outsiders that people didn't like as much. And now you see Vicstar, he's after developing into one of the biggest like gaming YouTubers on the fucking planet. Like, so sticking with the same people is really important in my opinion, and I hope people don't treat it as an org as like, oh, they're just gonna join for a couple of weeks and then leave. People who join have to be committed as well.
Yeah, he just needs to pick committed people. I'm backing Gara. My faith is in Gara. I think he'll do well. Like, he seems to be driven, and the fact that he has an editor already is like, okay, he wants to do this, which is good. I'm I'm putting all my chips on Gara.
Listen,
you can do this.
I've said a lot of shit in the last half an hour about Gara, and I don't know how it's going to come across because I love the guy. I fucking love the guy. I think he's one of the soundest guys that I've met doing content creation. Absolute gent when he came on the podcast and we talked like before and afterwards about different shit, and he's just been a very nice guy. So I'm not trying to take the piss or like fuck him about or whatever. Just trying to be honest and give my constructive opinion on it. I'm not like, even if I was like one of the guys who were like owning Ladnation or like, going forward, it's like, actually, do you know what the Sidemen, does KSI own the Sidemen? Is that like his?
No, so they take
Mini Minter maybe.
Mini Mentor does everything for More Sidemen. He runs that entire channel. Nobody else touches anything to do with More Sidemen. That's completely his channel. But the way they do the way they do revenue is they split it 7 ways. No, they don't split the revenue 7 ways. So what they do is, so everybody takes, so you have 7 weeks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and week 1 video has to be KSI has to make this video. Week 2, Ethan has to make this video, and it goes on and on and on till it hits all 7, and then it repeats. And the amount of revenue that video makes, you get that if you made the video. That is yours. So there's an incentive to make the best video, if you get me.
That's literally fucking crazy. That is insane.
Yeah, it's nuts, like. And what is it? They all have to come up with at least 5 video ideas weekly, and they put them in a big spreadsheet, and they have a voting system. So they'll all rate it out of 10, and the ones that come to an average, a higher average, obviously stay up the spreadsheet. But the ones that come to like a lower average, like below 5s, they all just get taken away. And they just do that every single week. And that's how they keep coming up with serious ideas.
Yeah, I'd love to be able to, like, we've obviously talked about, like a content house or whatever. I just be able to work on content. I've seen the beneficial side of it just over the last like month. Just like talking to you about like different video ideas and content creation stuff. We've sat in calls before and just talked about like video ideas. Like how we're going to break into kidnap Ryan Tuberty in the Late Late Show. But like just just like brainstorming ideas, even if you don't use them or not, and be able to like have a little plan for like a month and a half. This is what I'm gonna make every single week, whatever. It's interesting and it's fun and it's what it's all about. Like in terms of making content, like fuck with the people that you're like working with as well. Like that's the important part. I think it's very rare nowadays you just blow up on your own. I feel like it's normally like it's like you have like like a thumbnail or like a video designer or something like that, like some shit like that. Like it's not just you.
Unless you're someone like Dream. Dream is such an anomaly. I don't know if you know much about Dream, but that man is a machine. He got like 20 mil subs in like 15 months or something just from making Minecraft Let's Goes. Yeah. He knows the YouTube algorithm better than any other creator on the platform. He was in a podcast or something, or it was part of his videos, but he had said he had read the equivalent of 2,000 pages worth of material on the YouTube algorithm. That motherfucker knows it. Like, he gets it big time.
2,000 pages.
Yeah, that is ridiculous.
Probably more work that I read in my entire 3 years of doing the Leaving Cert, and I'm not even joking. Like,
literally, like that is next level dedication.
In terms of getting into the Irish content creation, because obviously you're kind of like not new to it, obviously, because you've had probably the biggest video of all the Irish content creators, in my opinion, with the Alexa one. But how have you found like trying to get into the Irish community with like the likes of Gara? Because like it's weird saying the Irish content creators. I mean, like in terms of like the boys that I would know, like with Gara and like Genesis and all the boys. Like, how has it been like for you to try and get into that space and try and get to know the lads and try and involve yourself in it?
I think I'm a bit of a pussy. And I like to keep to myself, which is an issue, and I need to stop doing that a bit more, and I need to be a bit more social, because I don't go out of my way to make connections, and that's really, really bad. I shouldn't do that. Like, for example, when everybody was going around playing Among Us, I just sat back and I was just like, I'm going to do my own thing, because this is what I like doing. But if I was a bit more social, that would have helped with making connections there so much easier. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, Among Us actually said that. That is a weird one. That is fucking, that is probably the most soul-destroying thing that I passed up on. Because that was the perfect, I mean, I say that, but that was like, you could have just like fucking, going from foreign to Among Us would have been interesting to see where it could have gone. But at the same time, I'm actually fortunate the way the Fortnite thing kind of played out for me in the end, because I got into like the casting space. A lot of people kind of found me from that, doing the Fortnite, like running Fortnite parts in Saints and stuff. So I'm not gonna sit here and bash the game, but it would have been interesting to see the other side of if I did Among Us instead, because that's crazy. Like, and I'm even trying to set up something now with Irish content creators, but that's easier said than done, because the game's kind of gone downhill in terms of popularity. Even if they've just gotten a massive update, it's just like nobody really cares about it,
Gaming, just bringing it back to what you said there, like ages ago now, but like, remember when you said gaming was dead? I don't think I've ever had a period in my life where gaming has been so dry. It is barren. There is nothing, like, and I think that's because Fortnite gave people such a high. Like, that game in its peak was better than any game there's ever been. So anything that now comes after Fortnite just won't be the same. Like, it won't give you the same rush. Like,
oh, I miss the old days of Fortnite, man, because there's literally no good games out. I'm here's most of my night, just like if I have spare time, I just play FIFA, just like career mode or something, like just to pass the time. Like, it's just nothing fun or exciting to play, man. It's just so fucking AIDS.
Yeah, it's so fucked. Like, Prime Fortnite will never be rivaled for me, anyways. Like, that game was just ridiculous.
You have the people obviously who don't like the game who are like, oh, BO3 or BO2, that was the best, Just completely different fucking periods, I feel like. What was I gonna say there? So kind of moving off the whole content creation part of the video or the podcast. Going into music, because I know we're obviously a big fan of music and stuff. Like, what's been? Because I know you love X a lot. Who's been like the main artist? We talked about actually in the last podcast, but X and Juice. I just remember that. But what's who are like your biggest inspiration in terms of music that you kind of like take a lot from, and you kind of like they drive you to be better and stuff?
An underrated one is Dave. I'm convinced he literally changed my life. Like, his Fire in the Booth, and he has 2 black box ciphers, and he has an EP called Six Paths. That collection of music right there molded me as a human being. I'm not even joking, yeah.
Was that the one you retweeted, Jordan? You quote retweeted?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never heard that, to be fair.
He's not the... Like, that bundle of music isn't going to be extremely life-changing to a lot of people, but what's the word I'm looking for? Like, I put that to a certain, like, time in my life, if you get me. Like, I relate that to a certain time in my life, and I related how I was feeling in that time in my life to that music so much that fully changed who I was as a person. It changed my outlook, it changed my motives, it changed everything about me, like.
In terms of content creation, like, that's, like, more, like, personal. I mean, there's a lot of, I feel like rappers more so you get, like, a lot from their life and what they've gone through. 'Cause I feel like just America in general, like, it's just fucking. There's a lot more experiences over there, I feel like, than Ireland, or maybe it's just because like that's just where the whole like media culture kind of is at the moment, like American and stuff. You just kind of hear more of it, but it's it definitely impacts me. Like, I obviously talk about like Juice WRLD and stuff a lot. Like, it's fucking. I have an unhealthy addiction to that cunt. Like, I'm not even joking. It's just crazy. Like, that cunt. Like, he literally got me through everything. Like, that I've went through in the last like 6 to 8 months. Every like up and down that I've had, he's kind of like I think I said in a couple of videos maybe recently where I was like, if they did a movie of my life, there'd be like this Juice WRLD song would be over. Like, I said something like that. It's facts though, because like, I feel like getting drawn to artists is like getting drawn to people you don't even know them. It's like your best friends. Yeah. Like, it's really fucking strange how that works.
Yeah, like, you can build a relationship with an artist, and that artist can literally pull you from the depths or the lowest part of your life without even knowing you, just by the music they make. And you could have such a strong bond with them, and they will never even know you exist. Like,
yeah,
it's so fucked. Like,
the whole Juice WRLD thing still gets me sad. Like, I there's one song that I can't listen to without crying. It's called Wishing Wells. You probably listen to it. I just can't.
Oh yeah.
That it's not like the song. It's the video. The video gets me. The whole fucking anime thing. That shit is fucking crazy. Because the one thing about that song that I realized is he actually made that back in the start of 2018, before even Lucid Dreams blew up and stuff like that.
What the fuck?
Wishing Wells was like made in January or February 2018. So I remember he did an Instagram live.
Jesus.
He did an Instagram live, and I remember seeing it like recently of him just like previewing the song and like listening, like seeing people's reactions. Like he was literally like he played the song, he's just like bobbing his head like that, and he's just looking at the people's reactions in the chat, like, and everyone's like, "Oh, fire song, bro, fire song." Nobody really understood what he was going through. Maybe it's because he wasn't blown up yet or whatever. But yeah, that's fucked up. And then the reason the video is so good is because like you can literally see in the video everything that he was going through, and that's why the video is so emotional for me. Like, you know, Perky's got me itching like an anthill, and the ants are running down. Like, you don't want fucking ants in you, you know? And they visualize that, and I toss my pain with my wishing the wishing well, and they throw these emotions into the wishing well. And that video for me is the best music video of all time, just based off of the metaphors and the graphics and everything that went into it. Like, it's literally it's so much fucking credit goes to that. Like, it's crazy. Literally made people understand Juice WRLD on a different level.
Juice's passing is so insanely tragic. Like, it's so fucked. It's him, X, and Peep. All their passings were so tragic because not only have you lost someone who is clearly extremely musically talented, like extremely. I'm talking top 0.00001% of music artists of their time. But you've lost someone before they've even hit their prime. Before they've even made the best thing they're ever going to make, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, all three of those people would have developed into more than icons. Like, they were the people who were leading the music for our generation. Like,
I only just recently listened to Little Peep. I just threw like like I've started shuffling my playlist a lot more. And I was like, fuck it, just got a load of Little Peep songs and just played them. That I don't think I've ever seen an artist with such a specific tone from his music. It's like, someone would say like a lack of diversity, but like the characteristics of his voice and the way he makes music, it's actually mental. Like, they all sound the same, but they're all like, there's so much pain in the way he sings. Like, it's literally it's crazy. Like
I'm happy I don't listen to Peep now, because I think if I was listening to now, I wouldn't be in the best headspace. But when I was in one of my lowest parts of my life, he was one of the artists I listened to. And the amount of pain you could pull from his songs and put back into it was insane. Like, he was so heartbroken at such a young age, and it's like, fuck, man.
How old was he? 20 when he died, or 21?
I think he was 21. Yeah, he's 21, Juice 21, and X was 20.
We're making it past 21.
Yeah.
I've been going through a para. Bro, the biggest regret of mine entirely, I don't have a lot of regrets because I'm like, fuck it, if you regret shit, it's just going to fucking eat you up. But biggest regret of mine is never going to a Juice WRLD concert. I don't even know if he ever came to Ireland. He probably did, like, at some stage. Probably,
he did. He went to Longitude, and I had a chance to go to Longitude, and I didn't take it, and I think about that the whole time. I'm so annoyed.
I'm angry at you. I didn't, yeah, but I mean, like, listen, I was obviously a big Juice WRLD fan. But I loved Juice WRLD a lot when he was alive. But even more when he's gone, I love him even more. And that for me, like, I love the cut like so much. Like, he was my favorite artist for like 2 years. When he died, it was fucking soul crushing. But when he started releasing like Godzilla with Eminem, I think he did a song called Demons and Angels with some Spanish guy. And then he released, obviously, Legends Never Die. Those songs, I was like, fuck, he's actually gone, isn't it? Like, and I just and that's when I started listening to unreleased Juice WRLD. So I never listened to it before until like after Legend Never Dies. So fucking waspy cunt, fuck off. But like, yeah, very serious topic, you fucking stupid prick. Anyway, but yeah, like August last year is when I started listening to unreleased stuff, and the pain in that guy's voice, listen to his unreleased stuff, is literally insane. Like, I'm sure we talked about actually recently, you know, Bloody Blade, yeah. I think that would have been his best ever song, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
Literally would have topped the charts for weeks. It was that good. Like,
that song was a tune, like.
He literally has, I was thinking about the other day, he literally has so many #1 singles in his arsenal that haven't even been released. And there's so many songs that he doesn't even have unreleased, like, that are unreleased, available online, that are still never to have been heard. And even his management have never heard him. He's like 3,000 songs, 2,000 unreleased songs. Like, they're just in a fucking hard drive, in a vault somewhere that no one's listened to.
The man is an anomaly. I've never seen an artist to to so easily produce bangers. Like there was a point when after like Lucid Dreams, there was a point where he was releasing songs, and every single one of those songs slapped like a motherfucker. Every single one. It was like
Bro.
he could not release a bad song. He could not.
I could literally name the songs like in fucking order. Like August Are the Same blew up, then Lucid Dreams. Oh my god, man! Like even
It's
on
absolutely ridiculous.
Goodbye and Good Riddance is one of my favorite albums of all time. His first album. It's just.
Oh yeah.
I think Debt Race for Love is my favorite, but like as a consensus, it's normally like the first one's like the best. You've Black and White. And my black man's doing cocaine with my white friends. That song and fucking, I think you've Armed and Dangerous, like Wasted with Lil Uzi. Fuck, bro. Like it's literally crazy. And actually, a good thing about, obviously not a good thing about him passing, but like I've actually discovered a lot of artists I didn't think I would like. I used to hate Trippie Redd. I thought he was the most annoying.
What?
I hated Trippie Redd. I hated him. I thought he was a fucking bellend. Thought he was a cunt. And then recently I watched I watched a video he did on No Jumper. It's one of my favorite podcasts. But he did like a vlog on No Jumper with Juice WRLD, and they were just recording in the studio or whatever. I think they were doing they did like a song called 1400.
Oh, 1400.
Yeah. Anyway, but like I started listening to Trippie Redd, and I think he's one of my favorite artists. And now even with Lil Uzi, I love Lil Uzi as well. And he released that song last night, and I was like, Juice to be fucking proud of this. Like it was just such a great fucking tune. I don't know if you listened to it yet. It's fucking.
Yeah, I was listening to it today. What's it called?
It's not like tier 1, but it's fucking really good. I can't remember what it's called. It's like Too Hot or some shit, man. I don't know. Fuck. I have to Google it now. I have to Google it. But yeah, Life's a Trip. Well, that's the album, is it? Well, that's not even. That was an old album. Oh shit, that is bad. That is bad for me.
Trip at Night is the new album he's gonna release. I can't remember the name of the song though.
Holy Smokes is the name of the song.
Holy Smokes, that's it.
That's a great name for a song as well, man. Imagine that would probably get trending easily on Twitter, and like people who say Holy Smokes.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. Obviously you're a Barcelona fan. That is
yeah.
Must be rough.
Absolutely is. We've done fuck all since 2015. I think we've had three or two league titles since 2015. But that's
the league is just wank. It's just a shit league. No one fucking competes for it. So
I wouldn't say. Well, no, not really.
The general consensus in Spain is Real Madrid compete for the Champions League, and then La Liga is normally Barca's, from my outside opinion.
Well, it's like Barca, Atletico, and then Real. But sure, like it's the same with the Prem. How many Champions Leagues have City won out of like the last like 5?
Excuse me. When have you ever seen in Spain a team like Leicester City win the Premier League, like win the league title? You don't see fucking Villarreal going over to the fucking Bernabeu, smacking them, winning the league by like 20 fucking points. You know.
Well, Villarreal hammered a shite out of the team that came second place in the Premier League, Manchester United, and they bet them in the Europa League final. So I'm just throwing that out there. Ole
Gunnar Solskjaer tax. That's what that is. That's tax.
Bro, he is the weirdest person. United is the weirdest team I've ever seen in my life. I don't know if they're good.
I don't know if they're good either. It's like in my head they're so bad and they get away with it every time. It's like every week they just somehow find a way to score whatever. It's the same with England. It's like, how did they get to a final of the European Championships? Like, I'm just so confused.
Bro, they look so shit. England looked so shit the whole tournament, but somehow they were beating teams convincingly. Like, it made no sense. The only game where they really hammered their opponent was like the Ukraine game. Like they got fucking hammered by Denmark, but Denmark just ran out of steam. They just couldn't keep running at them.
Same with who were the fucking, remember they were playing Germany, and Germany is just an old fart of a team. But when you fucking it's like, oh, you beat Germany. It's like, then you
Germany were
useless. They were just wank, man. It's like Germany's like they aren't even a good team. They have Mats Hummels trying to run back. It's like he's basically an old grandfather at this stage.
Germany's midfield just gave up, and Thomas Muller missed the easiest goal of his entire fucking life. England shouldn't have fucking been there. Fucking bastards. But and Italy hammered them. Italy hammered them for 120 minutes.
People and English fans specifically were like, oh, we should have won that game. It's like, but you didn't. You shouldn't. It's like, you should have won the game because you were leading in the first 2 minutes and your manager bottled it.
Yeah.
But you were literally outclassed the entire game. And people would be like, people who don't understand football would be like, how are we outclassed? We have more shots on target, whatever the fuck. But it's like Italy controlled that game. They controlled the tempo. They grind out that result. And they literally made you look like fucking retards.
Declan Rice and Calvin Phillips got fucking molested for a full fucking 2 hours of football. And I will not be told otherwise. The fact Declan Rice was in a European final blows my fucking mind. I don't know how that happened. They won't get another run like that for a while. That was so incredibly lucky they got that seed.
I mean, you say that, but fuck, you seen the World Cup and they literally lost to an aging Croatia team who literally got to the final and who were literally just in the final to get fucking spunked up the arse by France.
Literally, like.
I don't. Yeah, I mean, football is weird. Like, I genuinely come back to what you said about United. I genuinely don't know if they're good or not. It's crazy to me. Like, it's like
I just can't tell.
Like, Ollie should have been gone so long ago, but he's still there, and people are still like, he's one of the best managers in the league. Like, I don't know if you've seen Spencer FC. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He literally ranked all the Premier League managers like who he would want to have at West Ham, and he put Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in the bottom three. So, if that's not a neutral opinion, I don't know what is. Like, and United fans are so fucking deluded. So are Liverpool fans, to be fair. But what's touching my arse? There's a fly, man.
Ollie he's a great manager. I'd say he's class to get on with, and you'd fucking give your heart and soul for him. But like tactically, he's just awful, especially defensively. He just has no idea what he's at.
He makes so many basic errors as well.
Oh yeah, it's ridiculous. Like,
I mean, you can say he's learning, but the guy's like, what? He's like, people say Ollie's learning on the job. Have you seen the cunt's hair? He looks like he looks about 55, 60 years of age. Like, it's not, the job obviously hasn't aged well for him, to be fair.
How many years has he been there? He's been there like 4 years, right?
He's been,
is it 4 years? How long?
When they beat PSG, 2.5 seasons. This will be his third full season, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's been there that long. I thought he was there a good bit longer.
I don't think it's 4 years. It might be 3 years. It'd be interesting to see actually how they do next year, because if they're going to get Varane, they're going to get Kieran Trippier as a backup right back, and they're going to get, obviously, they have Sancho. They're
also getting Barelli as well, right?
Barella, maybe, I don't know. Like, they're trying to look for a midfielder at the moment, like I don't know. If they can get Camavinga, obviously, like, he's a bit young, but that guy would transform the midfield. The biggest thing with Ollie, and I don't know why he does it, he goes with Fred and McTominay in front of Lindelof and Maguire. But if he plays those two when he is Varane and Maguire, there's no excuse. Like,
yeah, I don't know why he won't play Donny van de Beek. That is the biggest waste of talent I've ever seen in my entire life watching football.
But apparently he wasn't meant to be signed. He wanted Grealish, and the board gave him Donny. So I understand that. And it's like a way of saying it to the board, like fucking football politics. But I feel so bad.
They
could win the league if they actually. I think someone said, I think it was Mark Gober said earlier, it's like you can have a Ferrari, but it's like having Mary Poppins drive the Ferrari or something.
Yeah. Yeah, literally, like.
Yeah, I don't know. This season could be insane though for the title in the Premier League, because you've literally 4 teams who are all looking extremely, extremely well. Liverpool, City, Chelsea, and United. So, be interesting to see where that goes.
You just have Tottenham and Arsenal just decaying away, slipping further away.
I showed you Willian yesterday. The state of that man, the decline in that cunt is unbelievable. Actually, I have a question. Fuck burpees. Eden Hazard or Mohamed Salah? Who is better?
Oh, I'm taking Eden Hazard every day of the week. Well, right now we're in their prime.
In their prime.
Oh, in their prime is Eden Hazard. It's not even close. That man is one of the most technically gifted footballers of all time. If you even dare to say Mohamed Salah, CBA, I will not take that as an answer. You cannot say that with chest.
Do you know that Mohamed Salah has the most goals scored in a Premier League campaign?
I don't give a flying fuck. Eden Hazard is way better than Mohamed Salah, especially in their primes.
Statistically, the only thing Eden Hazard has more than Salah is an extra Premier League title, and Salah's still playing in the league.
I don't care. I'm taking Eden Hazard.
Eden Hazard runs. He has a low centre of gravity. Isn't he fucking amazing? Look at his arse. So
He's the arse. That's it.
listen, I literally think they're both even. So I'm not gonna sit here and chat shit and say Eden's better or Salah's better. I genuinely think they are literally both like they're both very good at the same things. But I don't know. That's just me saying
I'm taking Eden Hazard every day of the week. No matter what information you throw at me, there is no way I'm changing my opinion.
I love Eden Hazard, but fuck, man. Like, look at Salah. Just like Salah's pulled us out with so much shit. I feel like it's like comparing Alan Shearer and fucking I don't know Wayne Rooney. I don't know. It's like Wayne Rooney was like the most goals for England, where the fuck, and then you have Shearer, who's like I don't know most goals for fucking in the Premier League history. So. Probably the worst example I could have given, but we tried our best. Listen, boys, I've been sitting on this fucking chair for nearly 2 hours. My balls are just saturated to the point where if I go to the shower, it's like I'm basically having a shower right now. Like this is bad.
Bro, yeah, I need to take my top off. It's like wet with sweat. I'm not even joking.
This is the worst time. Like, of course, I'm trying to relaunch the podcast. You know, they say the sun does things to people. I've said so much shit in this podcast I shouldn't have said, or that I've said so much shit in this podcast that doesn't reflect my actual opinion. It's mad. Yeah. Like just because of the heat, and I'm just so fucking angry at life for the sun.
Yeah. The edit on this is going to be interesting.
I'm gonna probably cut this down to an hour probably. I'm not even joking. Like it's been recording for like an hour and 50. I'm probably just gonna like edit this like a True Geordie podcast and just have like a load of fucking flashing graphics and shit. I don't fucking know, bro. How are we gonna salvage this? It wasn't even a bad podcast. It's just my fucking brain's shit. I just feel shit in the moment. My last question to the podcast is: where do you see yourself on YouTube in 1 year time?
Right.
If all goes
last time I said this, I didn't have a goal. I didn't have Atten, but I've been thinking about it for a good while. In 1 year's time, so if I'm sat here in, let's say, the end of July next year, if where I want to be in the end of July next year, I would really, really, really like to at least have 100,000 subscribers, at least. I would really, really like to be making content within a group of people.
Yeah, Ladnation.
And yeah, hopefully if Ladnation goes that way. And I don't know. Hopefully, I don't know what type of content. Hopefully, I'm making bigger, better content. I will have had the money to reinvest by that point.
I think we have like similar goals, obviously end goals, but different way of getting there. I feel like you're the type of guy who wants to. Maybe I just have like a preconceived notion in my head from the Alexa video that from my point of view, you're just gonna blow up by a video. Or like a single video is going to blow you up again. You're just going to go to like 100, like 80, 90k subs, and then another couple of videos just going to keep pushing on and growing from that point, if that makes sense. Like going from like 20k to like 90, 100k, 110k, and then start growing yourself. But where I'm kind of like, I literally like, when I go up a sub, I'm like, this is amazing. Like, I just feel like I want to have a wank. This is amazing. Like, what? That's so weird. Why did I say that? That is so weird. But I'm trying to say that, like, I want to, I like, I don't know, I want to grow like naturally, I guess. Like, you know, 5k subs, a month's time, 6k subs. You know, a month after that, 10k subs. Like, keep gradually going up, like 10, 15, you know?
I think that's good.
It's all perspective, like, just depends, like, what type of content you make.
I just wanna break it. I want to really, really, when I do it, I want to fucking like do it. Like I want to fucking smash the shit out of it. Like I want to be like, fucking suck it. I fucking work for this. Every one of you is fucking suck it. Look at me now. That's what I want. Yeah, so when I do it, yeah, Boogan, suck my nuts. No, but when it happens, I'm going to make it happen. Like when it starts rolling, the ball is rolling, and I'm not going to stop it rolling for a long time.
But you also have the experience. You have the experience stuff from last time when it blew up. You have the experience nowadays, like it didn't. You know, you fucked up. You fucked up. You fucked it. Like it happened. You fucked up. But even like, yeah, you fucking badly fucked that up. Like I'm not even joking. Like because you literally. Even with it's like you're doing Fortnite as well afterwards, and you're like mixing Fortnite with IRL content, and you were doing Fortnite streams, and all the boys are coming in from the Alexa video into the Fortnite streams, and you're also like, oh, like, yo, where are you from? Blah blah blah, like. And it wasn't going anywhere. And your internet couldn't hold up from the streaming. So even if you wanted to on the streaming avenue, you couldn't have done it anyway.
That was mega AIDS, right? That was mega disgustingly stupid. Really annoying, bad decisions all around. But it's kind of a good thing. there's always light in the dark, right? I know that's corny and it's an overused quote or whatever, but I probably wouldn't have got as good at making videos if I just went down and made a load of them. Like, I would have crumbled at some point. I would have capitulated at some point, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't have had the quality to then push that on something else. Whereas now that I've had a few years with that knowledge of grinding and getting better and getting better, growing as a person all the time, now when I do blow up the next time, I'll be able to, not only will I be able to handle it, but I'll be able to swish on to the next step. Here we go. Gone.
Jack Geiger would have been proud of that, by the way. Jack Geiger would have loved that. What you just did there.
Which? Swish?
Yeah, just the whole basketball thing.
Oh, he loves basketball, does he?
Those balls.
Oh!
Anyway,
oh.
Listen, yeah.
I was so confused. I was like, what? What does he mean?
Yeah, I make a lot of Jack Igo jokes in this, but Jack knows his place. He's fantastic. Listen, I need to wrap this podcast up because my brain can't take any more of this. I actually wanted to go for like 3 hours in this one. I have enough material to go for 3 hours. But once I sat down here and started talking about YouTube and mental health, I was like, oh no, my balls are already stuck to the fucking chair. Like, I wanted to go so more in depth on a load of those topics. I had like fucking 5 things written down. I wanted to go way more in depth, and I was like, I kind of just want to be done. no offense. So I'm going straight into the shower after this. I might just do a cold shower, man. My balls are just fucking. I keep saying my balls. 100%. I might just show a picture of my balls. And I'm going to do a Twitch stream after this as well. Oh my god, I need to.
Oh my god.
Yeah. But Maisie Horan follow my Twitch channel, so I might go live. You never know. Yeah, that's this episode of JakeMcBoss Podcast. Episode number 22, I think. I don't fucking know. Episode number 22. Hope you enjoyed the podcast. Next week we have OK Harry. We've Archie and Jenks and Paddy and a load of other boys coming on soon. So drop a like, subscribe if you're new. Just a little warm up podcast again to the actual ones. I promise these will get better again. We will build again. We're like Trump going for a second term. We will go again. We will build that wall of. I'm not going to carry on because Peter's going to be like, oh, you don't like Mexico. You fucking. Anyway, cheers for watching, boys. Hope you enjoyed the podcast. Cheers for watching Stronger Fold. Bye bye.